Hello, I'm Dolores Harper, Al Wynn's assistant. Al Wynn is the author of the book, A Pimp and a Hustler. Al, how are you today?
I'm fine, and you, Dolores?
Oh, I'm great. I would like to read something from Al's book for you. It's his prologue. And I would like to read his dedication to you, which states one of Al's motivations for writing the book. This book is dedicated to my mother with love, also to my grand and great-grandchildren, with hopes that the experiences that I included in this book will be beneficial for them. I have put into words for you to read and understand in a hope that you will trust what I am sharing with you as the truth and will not make the same mistakes that I made, but will learn from them and will walk a different path. Okay, our prologue states the 4 main things that I think hinder the growth of our children. The first thing, the environment. The environment is where one is raised in, the life standards that have not been set for them. The second, the respect level. The respect and not accepting the teaching of their parents or elders they come in contact with each day. Religion. Taking the religious teachings and prayer out of the school. Authority. The loss of authority of the individual parents, not being able to raise our children with reasonable force. Spare the rod, spoil the child. The Bible teaches us this: when this is absent, there is no guidance. It is easy to speak out on a problem or bad situation, but it is harder to come up with a solution to the problem. My part of the solution, I hope, could be my book, A Pimp and a Hustler. I would like it to be a testimony of the life I have lived, the mistakes I have made, the lessons hard learned, and the blessings I have received from God. Your part, meaning the church, the parents, and the elders, in my opinion, is to focus on our youth and put back the 4 things we plainly can see are missing in their lives. We need to start today. A thought, whether right or wrong, if meditated on, will manifest and turn into reality. That's why you have to watch what you read. The subconscious mind is like a tape recorder, listening to negativity and recording it. If your thoughts are negative, sooner or later your actions will be negative. Negative begets negative. Use this, for example. If you desire a certain woman that you see and keep feeding on that thought and don't dismiss it from your mind, you will find that it will manifest itself into reality, and that first seed that you didn't dismiss will manifest her into your life. What you thought about and kept desiring in your heart manifested itself into a reality. Remember, the hearts of all men are treacherous, so therefore you need God's knowledge to feed your mind and your thoughts to holiness and righteousness, and you will reap the benefits for these efforts. Knowledge is power. When you learn to mix wisdom and knowledge and patience together, you can achieve any success, along with communication, consideration, and cooperation. Communication is the key to understanding. Consideration is the compensation for something, like when you buy a TV, you give monetary consideration. When raising a child, the consideration you give is love, patience, and knowledge to the child, and the payment that you expect to receive as that child becomes a successful adult with moral traits. Cooperation is explained as 2 or more moving and grooving in the same direction, 2 or more minds on the same plane working together. When something or someone is said to be cooperating, they are doing the right thing or what is expected of them in any given situation. Children are like a blank page of a book. You have to teach them and mold them into adults. They will become whatever you mold them to be. The saying goes that whatever you put in affects what you get out, what you will get out, and that you are what you eat. Character and character traits are the effects of the motivation given to you by your upbringing. So look at your baby as putty, shaping it from birth. It may be a hard struggle, but in the end, what you have manifested into him or her, you will see that your molding will become a reality. For without guidance and teaching, many kids take the wrong direction and end up lost and affected by their environment. I don't claim to be a doctor of anything, but through 73 years of living, these things of which I speak have proven to be true through my own experiences of lessons hard learned. Maybe if I had at that time a proper upbringing, love, and sitting behind a judge's podium, or standing in the front of it as a lawyer, or in front of it as a preacher, these were my desires. It is written that whatever your mind can believe, you can achieve with help and guidance. You can raise a better generation if you just believe and make the necessary efforts. For the Bible says that one generation comes and the other passes away. It would be a shame if we can't learn from our elders and the generation that just passed. It was said by a modern Muslim imam that it takes a man 75 years to learn how to live. I only have 2 more to go. I am a witness that he is telling the truth, and I am still learning at 73. For as I have stated in the book, if you take this book as being the truth, then you will have 73 years added to your years to come.
That is so true, Dolores. This is one of the reasons why that I wrote the book, because I had 2 or 3 mentors through my life that put their arms around me and guided me into the character and the man I am today, and I appreciate them. Today I want to tell you about at least 2 guys and myself, the experience I had in life about how kids that lead me to be able to, we'll say, guide you. Yeah, it would be left up to you and your opinion whether or not I'm right. You know, it says in the Bible that a wise man would heed wise counseling, where a fool hates instructions. I'm not a prophet, and I'm not a preacher, and I don't think that I know everything. But through a roadmap of my life and looking at certain things, knowing that they're being true, I can try to guide you to a good road. I knew a guy, which is a lawyer, and give you some facts about him. He was the director of Jackson Park Hospital, and he was the chief lawyer of 2 big suburban town, Cicero and Malcolm. And looking at him raise his kids for, I say, well, at least 17 years I observed him raise them. It was astonishing. First of all, he had a little bad trouble, that's what you want to call it, when he came out of college. He and his wife being a doctor, and he being a lawyer. She had polo at the age of 23. And when I met him, she was bedridden, and he had to rush home from whatever job he was at to take care of her during the night, which he had a day bed that there was in the room for her every wish that he would help her. Then he had the 2 kids, one girl and one boy, that he had to raise and see they be fed, see that their clothes be washed, see that everything. So he was playing mother and father for the next 17 years of I observed him. And what I observed was him making a pass, giving all his attention to his kids during the day or night. At night, he would send them to karate school. He would take them. During the day before going to work, he would take them to school. He was there when they got out of school to enter them into karate school. Then he would take his daughter on certain days to dancing class. So what I'm saying is this: they didn't have a chance to be out there alone for the environment to eat them up, because he guided them and he put his arms around them until they graduated from college. Both of them. Yeah, they was there. And Now they graduate, one from university and other from college, and they live in a good life. And he can see his fruit bearing. Another fella I know that I admire very dearly, because I came in contact with him every day, was a contractor, a general contractor. But unfortunately, like him, like the lawyer, he didn't go to school. So he was something like a hustler, like myself. Was a gambler or whatsoever. But whatever he hustled for in the buildings and things, because he bought about 16 buildings that I seen. Then he started buying property all over the South and Wisconsin, Michigan, etc. And I admired him. And I was trying to do the same thing. And I was doing the same thing as far as the buildings. But I saw him put his arms around his kids and send them away to school, to colleges. He transferred them from one state to the other and going to university. Now one is the head of Amtrak, and the other one is a chemist. Yeah, chemist. And the other one, where the son is an engineer for the city of Chicago. Yeah, so he is benefiting his label. Me, myself, I have a kind of sad story to tell you. I had the most beautiful daughter in the world. If you know me, her name was Esther. Very nice looking girl. Shaped very good. Was a singer, sung in churches and things, had a beautiful voice. And every day of her life, I taken her to school. She went to Dalton of Illinois and graduated, and from there she went into the Air Force. Then she got the Air Force and became one of the biggest secretaries for the railroad, Central Railroad, South Central Railroad in Indiana. I guided her every day of her life, trying to put that wisdom in her head and want her to get education, and telling her that education was the best thing in the world for a person. And I tell you, my heart was happy when she graduated, and I got so many diplomas, so many awards she won. She made me very, very happy and proud to the same thing. But what I didn't know, I had told her before that, you know, in life, when you're looking for a man or letting a man come in your life, you don't want the shipmate or the helper. You want the captain. And if you can't get the captain, try to get the co-captain. But get someone up there where you stand, someone that equalize your life. But as fate calls, nature speaks for itself. She met a guy. After she got this job in Indiana, making loan money and keeping the benefits and things, he was about 10 years older than her. And me, being in that game out there, knowing about life, and they told her about everything, I could look deep and see that he was no good for her. And I tried to tell her this. And I bought her home. And she told me she would quit him and stay away from him because I could see him dragging her down.